I'm your host, Audrey Neal.
And I'm your co-host, Kirsten McGee. Here's our weather with our meteorologist, David Hale.
And now for your local forecast. Accurate, up-to-date weather with your meteorologist, David Hale.
Howdy folks, today we're looking at some typical weather spring conditions. Sunny, high 74 degrees, winds are northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour, but tonight we're going to see some clear skies with a low at 41 degrees Fahrenheit, northern winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour, decreasing to 5 to 10 miles per hour later in the night. Now let's take a look at your weekly forecast. So Saturday, the high is going to be 77, 44, mostly sunny, no chance of rain. Sunday, 79, 45, again, mostly sunny. Monday, 75, 48, mostly sunny, but 7% chance of precipitation. Tuesday, it's going to be 75, 46, partly cloudy, 8% chance of precipitation. Wednesday, 73, 42, partly cloudy, 5% chance of precipitation. Thursday, 69, 43, mostly cloudy, 9%.
Wow, it's sure windy this week. This is your local wind forecast.
So Saturday, west to northwest, 8 miles per hour. And then Saturday, west northwest, or west to southwest, 14 miles per hour. Monday, southeast, 11 miles per hour. Tuesday, south, 14 miles per hour. Wednesday, south, 13 miles per hour. Thursday, southwest, 11 miles per hour. And Friday, southeast, 11 miles per hour. Okay, so this morning, the temperatures always start lower as they do, around this time of year. So we're going to be in the high 40s, rising up into the 50s this morning, around like 6, 7 a.m. And then, as you see, we're going to have some of the temperatures come down, cool down in the morning around like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. But then it's going to rise up to maybe about the low 60s, up by noon or so. But then the temperatures are going to get a lot higher into the afternoons, up into about the 70s. And even in some parts, like down south, up into the low 80s. As we know, it's springtime here in New Mexico, and we're going to be looking at various weather patterns, especially increasing with wind and all the pollen blowing around. So we'll keep you up to date, and I'll see you guys next week.
First up this week, here's some information on the recent vandalism on the baseball field.
It kind of stinks that our senior year has been messed up even more. Not only because of COVID, but because of somebody vandalizing the field.
You know what, the kids did a great job of coming out to the field and really just getting to work. I think right away they were a little bit somber, just a little not understanding why someone would do what they did. But then in the end, it really just built camaraderie and increased the culture of our program, everybody working together and understanding that it's not always just about winning baseball games, but working together to get a job done. So all in all, my kids are doing a great job, showing up, working hard. We're just looking to win some baseball games.
They somehow knew where the hose was, and they took the hose and flooded home plate, and then they took a gas can and dumped a couple gallons of gas on the infield grass, and as of now, that grass that was poured on is all dead. They super glued all the locks except the players' locker rooms, and then they also poured gravel on the infield.
APS cleared us to play on the field, and you should all come out because it's lush and beautiful. Come get some, enjoy the sunshine, have a soda, come support your baseball program. If you do know anything, you can report it to either school administration or to Crime Stoppers.
You can tell anonymously. If you don't know, we're having like a $300 reward to whoever gives information or has any information.
We would love to hold someone accountable, but we also realize that high school kids make mistakes.
El Dorado Senate is hosting a book drive of the month of April. Donations can be dropped off in the roundabout.
Congratulations to juniors Alex Kanicki, who won the $1,000 Parsons Scholarship, and Lennon Cochran, who won the $2,500 Optimist Essay Contest.
Find these and more scholarship opportunities for all grade levels on the counseling website.
Also, big congratulations to sophomore Maylee Bashand, who was one of only 4 U.S. students selected for the Earth Optimism Teen Filmmaking Summer Internship Program at the Smithsonian.
Next, here is Mr. Ryan discussing the challenges of keeping the journalism department running throughout these trying times.
As far as stuff like the Talon Weekly, it's been harder, but because I have experienced editors and leadership, it's made it a lot easier. Having students that are motivated and do have an idea of what they're doing, makes that easier. Has been harder with my other classes, and especially to get kids excited more has been the bigger issue, to get more kids excited about going forward in the different programs, just because their experience has been so not what they signed up for. I think with journalism, I do have that expectation, and I have seen the numbers, and they are lower, at least coming from the lower. I'm hoping that maybe to be able to convince some people now that they're back in class and getting to, for lack of a better, play with the toys, to maybe reconsider, and change their minds about that. Especially with journalism, the biggest challenge has been kids being able to get a hold of people to interview them. That's been a huge problem. The other classes, it's been more along the lines of not the programs that we not having access necessarily to all the same programs that we normally use, and/or Wi-Fi and stuff like that, making the web programs that we use pretty tough to work. Well, the kids that are still at home still have the same. The kids that are still at home still have the same challenges. It's better now. It's gonna be a little bit more fun. It's great to hear kids' voices in the classroom and see people. It's going to be hard to make sure to be able to integrate both groups and to make sure that the kids that are at home are still getting the attention that they need, while all the kids at school are clamoring for attention. And being able to help, and hopefully kids, I'm already asking for help, and I've already helped probably more people in the last 2 days than I have the entire year, which is awesome. For all of them, I just want them to grow. I just want them to get better. I want them to adapt and change as industries change, as work changes, as everything else, and get better at everything I'm doing myself. It's actually not quite as bad, but just making sure everybody's kind of wiping things down, keeping some distance, because everybody immediately wants to glom together, which is understandable. We haven't seen each other or seen people for a while. That's kind of where there are some of the bigger things, and also still trying to find the kids that are maybe not at school to interview them and that sort of thing.
Now, here's a word from Mr. Blondin about prom coming.
The APS activities directors, we meet at least once a month, and we talked about, this group of seniors, they lost out on prom last year, they were losing out on homecoming, and so we wanted to put something together that they could all do. I would say at this point, it's pretty much the Senate officer team that's running everything. Homecoming and prom, a lot of schools have done away with the giant assembly and their courts and whatnot. And it's been a really strong tradition here at El Dorado. And the way it's supposed to work is you have a variety of students that represent your population, the excellence, honor, and spirit of El Dorado. And in the past, it's been done where they wanted to try to keep it, half of the court were male and half were female. And that's not always going to be the way that clubs and athletics are going to be represented, and who's interested in being on court, and who are the people that are representing the student body. And so we're going to be moving away from a gendered court system. So we're sort of easing into it. So this year with COVID, we started the process of allowing for nominations for court, which we've never done before. And we've had about 200 nominations between the junior and the senior class, mostly seniors, but between the two. And so that's really cool. And what we're going to start doing in the future is allowing every club, sport, or group nominate 2 students from their organization to run for court. And that's not always going to break down male or female, so we're just going to get rid of that gendered part moving forward. And so what that means is, in the end, your high court, which is normally voted on for seniors, it's voted on by the whole school, and you had prom, homecoming king and queen, first prince, first princess, and so on. We're going to get rid of that structure as well, and we're just going to have the Royal High Court, and it's going to be 5 students, no hierarchy, just that fantastic representation of our students. So a lot of schools are making the switch, and it's been on the student body's minds a lot. A lot of students have come in to talk about that before, and it happens with the gendered part is one thing. El Dorado wears the tux and drape in our yearbook photo, and a lot of times people felt uncomfortable being classified in just one of those categories. They didn't want to wear that. And so the conversation has started there, and it's evolved into different things over time. Like there's even discussion over, how come all of our athletics, we have our basketball team and then our Lady Eagles, and so the conversations have kind of been there. And then just looking at how things were developing this year when we wanted to open up for nominations, it's not balanced, male and female. And so we wanted to make sure that we're getting the best representation of students for our younger students as possible and for their peers, and not trying to force a classification that dictates what direction we go. We start on the week of the 12th, that Monday, so we're going to have both virtual and in-person events to cater to both students and how they're learning right now. The courts are going to be doing different activities throughout the week. We're going to do things like on Tuesday we're going to have a trivia night where it's going to be grade levels that compete against other grade levels. So it's going to be pretty fun. You can have teams of 5, and you can have one teacher on your team, but they have to teach that grade level. So we can get some fun class competition going. We're going to do a pep rally on Wednesday since we have our basketball team going against La Cueva, and they're our rivals. Traditionally, we've always done like a bear hunting kind of game, so I think it's going to be a bear scavenger hunt type of thing. Try to keep everyone as distant as we can, but still have that school spirit and that fun. And then just some other games in the courtyard that we'll do as well. So we're going to still try to do the same type of scenario. We're going to film it though, and it's going to be outside. So we're going to still let the seniors have their escorts. We're going to still do the script. They're going to be able to walk as we read the script and do it all virtually. We are going to have seniors submit baby photos so we can play a game where try to match the senior to the baby photo, since they always had that in the assembly. But we can't get everyone together, and so we're still going to try to make it fun, and then reinforce the class competition stuff, juniors versus seniors and freshmen versus sophomores, to have that kind of same spirit.
National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, and French Honor Society are accepting new members. Make sure to contact the club sponsors with more info on applying.
Hear ye, hear ye. If you are interested in drama, thespians are meeting Tuesdays at lunch online at EHS_Raison. Finally, here's our fun fact of the day.
Hey Eagles, Duncan here. Did you know that the Boeing 777X has the most powerful engines in the world? The Boeing 777X is powered by 2 General Electric GE9X engines, the most powerful jet engines in the world.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EHS Talon Weekly.
Thanks for watching, Eagles. Have a great weekend.